Welcome back, it's your neighborhood nomad, and in this edition, I'll be showcasing my time spent at the beautiful Turquoise Lake of Banff. We will visit Lake Louise, Moraine Lake, Emerald Lake, Two Jack Lake and Lake Minnewanka. This area is well known for its amazing turquoise-colored lakes, which get their color from the glaciers. These glaciers grind the rocks below them, creating rock flour, which gets carried with glacier melt and is dumped into the lakes. The rock flour suspends in the water and reflects the sunlight, creating the amazing turquoise color. We headed out at 3 a.m. with the idea to watch the sunrise at Moraine Lake and then head straight to Lake Louise, hoping we'd be able to snag a parking spot as there are many more available at Lake Louise. Unfortunately, Moraine Lake was a no-go as the lot was full when we arrived. Luckily enough, the Lake Louise lot was empty. The lakes in Banff are famed around the world for their natural beauty. That is an impressive feat in Canada, the country with the most significant amount of fresh water and the most lakes in the world. Banff National Park has no shortage of pristine wilderness and natural beauty, which includes its resplendent lakes. Lake Louise is a hamlet within Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada. Named after Princess Louise, Duchess of Argyll, it lies in Alberta's Rockies on the Bow River, 3 kilometers, 1.9 miles, northeast of the lake that shares its name. Initially settled in 1884 as an outpost for the Canadian Pacific Railway, Lake Louise sits at an elevation of 1,600 meters, 5,200 feet, making it Canada's highest community. The nearby lake, framed by mountains, is one of the most famous mountain vistas in the world. The famous Chateau Lake Louise also overlooks the lake. Prior to the arrival of Europeans, indigenous peoples lived in the foothills and forests of the Rocky Mountains, including what is today, Lake Louise, where they hunted bison and other big game animals. In the Stoney language of the Nakota people, the area is called Hora-Numbernay, meaning Lake of the Little Fishes. Mirror Lake follows the Lake Agnes Trail that leads to the historic tea house and is the gateway to many other trails. Mirror Lake is the first stop along the intricate trail system. Mirror Lake is a pleasant, family-friendly trail that will take you beyond the classic Lake Louise viewpoint and allow you to explore the trail system without too much effort. Beautiful forested trails, glimpses of the turquoise waters, and a quaint lake make up this interesting trail. From the Lake Louise lakeshore and viewpoint, follow the paved path to the right. If you look up into the trees on the right of the lake, you will be able to make out the big beehive. It is a large cliff feature that looks like a giant beehive. This looms over your destination at Mirror Lake. Make your way up the switchbacks and be sure to look back for glimpses of the incredible turquoise waters below. Lake Louise gets its unique color from glacial silt that settles in the bottom of the lake, creating the blue color it is famous for. The higher above the lake you climb, the brighter blue the water appears. The switchbacks will lead you straight to Mirror Lake, where you will stand head-on with the big beehive. Watch for its reflection in the water below. If you wish to extend your hike, continue the 0.5 miles to Lake Agnes, where you will be greeted with subalpine views and a historic tea house built in 1909. Lake Agnes is a small mountain lake in the Banff National Park of Alberta, Canada. It has a surface area of 0.052 kilometers and is located approximately 3.5 kilometers hiking distance from Lake Louise. The Lake Agnes Tea House is situated along the eastern shores of the lake. A hiking trail continues down the northern shore, making a 180 turn before ascending to the Big Beehive. Just before the trail starts the arc, a scrambling route up Mount Niblock can be found. The Little Beehive can be ascended to the east of Lake Agnes. At the top, there are excellent views of the Continental Divide. Crowfoot Glacier is in Banff National Park, Alberta, Canada, 32 kilometers northwest of Lake Louise, and can be viewed from the Icefields Parkway. The glacier is situated on the northeastern flank of Crowfoot Mountainous Glacier. Bow Lake is a great place to stop along the Icefields Parkway, as it's the first major lake that you physically drive by on the way to Jasper. Suddenly the trees break, and you're met with the most incredible bright blue colors you think you could only see in the sky. When a mood needs to be lifted, visiting the water's edge is a quick jolt to the spirit. To declutter thoughts or be reinvigorated by the presence of something magnificent, it's as if the lakes are underlit or as if someone drained them, painted the underlying rocks a luminous turquoise, and pumped the water back in. Pado Lake is a glacier-fed lake. The lake itself is near the Icefields Parkway. It was named for Bill Pado, an early trail guide and trapper in the Banff area. The lake is formed in a valley of the Waputtock Range, between Cauldron Peak, Pado Peak and Mount Jimmy Simpson. The lake is fed by Pado Creek, which drains water from Cauldron Lake and Pado Glacier, part of the Wapta Icefield. Pado Lake is the origin of the Mistaya River, which heads northwest from the lake's outflow. Its waters are the most amazing color, a vivid shade of turquoise that changes in intensity through the summer as the glaciers melt. Set in the rugged valley of the 10 Peaks, Moraine Lake is surrounded by mountains, waterfalls, and rock piles, creating a scene so stunning it almost seems unreal. It's an iconically jaw-dropping place that is sure to leave a lasting impression. There are several hikes around the lake, ranging from accessible walks to more strenuous hikes. The Rock Pile Trail is an easy and short path with switchbacks along the back of the moraine to the top of the natural dam. The vista from the top is known as the $20 view, as the scene featured on the back of Canadian $20 bills issued between 1969 and 1979. Other popular trails in the area include Constellation Lakes, Larch Valley and Sentinel Pass, and the Moraine Lake Lakeshore Trail. Emerald Lake is a freshwater lake located in Yoho National Park, British Columbia, Canada. Yoho National Park is one of the 4 contiguous national parks in the heart of Canada's Rocky Mountains, along the boundary of British Columbia and Alberta provinces. The other parks are Kootenay, Jasper, and Banff. Emerald Lake Lodge, a high-end lodge or hotel, is on a peninsula jutting into the lake. It was founded in the 1920s and completely rebuilt in the 1980s. A quiet 2-lane paved road about connects the busy Trans-Canada Highway with Emerald Lake. Emerald Lake is enclosed by mountains of the President Range, named after the President and Vice President of the Coast-to-Coast Canadian Pacific Railway, built in 1885 and which runs through Yoho National Park. Other peaks are Mount Burgess and Wapta Mountain. The Emerald Basin opens to the west and traps rain and snowstorms, causing frequent rain in summer and heavy snowfalls in winter. Lake Minnewanka is a large glacial lake 3 miles from the town of Banff. The lake is 13 miles long and 466 feet deep. It is a beautiful spot, popular for picnicking, mountain biking, hiking, canoeing, diving, and snowshoeing. For over 100 centuries, people have camped and hunted along the original shores of Lake Minnewanka. The indigenous Stoney Nakoda First Nations people called it Minwaki, Lake of the Spirits, because they respected and feared the lake for its resident spirits. Early European settlers later named it Devil's Lake. Thank you for watching, and be on the lookout for our next video, which includes our trip to Yoho National Park, Jasper, and numerous stops along the Ice Field Parkway.